restarting, leaving, making different choices, and you can't finish it in time.
When you work and you take care of children by yourself, I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys have extra hands on deck or whatever the case may be. There's stuff that's happened in my life that's been out of my control, and that's the reason I've been back and forth with treatment. That's the reason I've been back and forth. I had to quit my job to deal with all this.
That is 1A0693890 for review. She actually spoke to Mr. McCluskey, but there are some landscapers doing work outside of where he is.
Oh no!
So it's rather loud.
This is one where Ms. she's on an SOC that was entered into in last September, and we have been trying to get her into her treatment program. She was in one treatment program, and then she left that because it wasn't convenient, and then she left the new one to go back to the old one, I believe is Navos. So we still haven't seen Miss in compliance with treatment. So that's what today appears to be about.
Have you spoke to any of my counselors or anything, Ms. McDonald? Have you spoke to Mr. Mitchell?
I don't get to speak to your counselors.
Got you. Okay, well, I'm gonna let my attorney talk and then I'll speak when I'm supposed to.
Okay, sounds good, Ms. Anything from probation?
Yes, Your Honor. So since last month, I know Ms. was going to restart with Navos July 3rd. I don't have a progress report yet because it's not the end of the month, but I did call her treatment provider last night, and we talked for a bit. She advised me that Ms. I believe has been good with her sober support group meetings. However, she did miss, I believe, 4, I want to say group classes this month so far. And she'll probably list her as in partial compliance. She advised me she spoke to Miss about the missed classes and was advised it was due to a combination of issues with her Wi-Fi and her phone being broken. And she will have to make up those classes that she missed.
And that sounds consistent with what Mr. McCluskey learned from Ms. as well.
Okay, I see also there was an email that there was a one-on-one June 23rd and treatment was to start on July 3rd.
Yes, Your Honor.
So
yeah, I think that was a new intake, that one-on-one.
We have a new intake. We are not quite 4 weeks in, and we are missing 4 sessions.
That's what the provider told me. She said she'll send me a progress report once the month is over.
And she told me the same thing. She said she can't send the progress report to Mr. Mitchell until the end of the month is over, the last day of the month. So, but I have been going to my AA meetings, except for those 4 that I did miss. I also had let her know, and she is aware. I was locked out of my iCloud, and that's the reason for me when I got my phone screen fixed. That's the reason I missed those classes, because I was locked out of my iCloud, except for the one I got kicked out of because I had the kids with me. And Brady, my AA meeting counselor, for the privacy laws of everybody else, it's just one of those things where I got partial completion for that day and he had to exit me from the class. But I have another class this evening at 6 p.m. as well. But I have been going to my classes except for those classes that I did miss. And I've been trying to keep good contact with Mr. Mitchell. I message Haley almost every other day and let her know and keep up to date with her about stuff. So.
Sounds like we don't quite have the complete picture. It seems, Miss, that you're kind of on the margins right now. So I'm hoping that you really get it together so that the report we receive is that you're in compliance. It's this is a difficult situation. and the court is expecting compliance. Ms. McDonald, I'll hear from you. My inclination is I'll just set this for the August review.
And I understand the court's inclination. The city's kind of in a position here. Miss has been dancing around treatment for the better part of 11 months. We are T-minus a month and some change away from the end of this SOC. And she has not, for all intents and purposes, even started in treatment. There is no way that she is going to comply with her treatment obligations during the timeline left in this SOC. We have given her chance after chance after chance, her starting over with Navos, expecting complete and total 100% compliance late in the game. And here we are, 4 weeks in, she's missed 4 sessions. The city has lost complete faith that she is going to comply with treatment. I don't think that she is a good candidate for probation, and the city is going to renew its motion to revoke the SOC.
All right, Mr. Parent.
Your Honor, we would ask the court not to revoke the SOC, given that she's at least in partial compliance at this time, and that her treatment provider, I believe, sounds like they're at least hopeful that she will be able to maintain compliance from here on out.
Well, I think this is something we've been talking about for months, that we have.
We've been talking about this for months, understood. I'm not understanding why Ms. McDonald is implying that I haven't started treatment, because I have.
Well, you barely started treatment. You have until September 6th to complete a program, and you've had so many issues that you cannot complete it by the deadline.
Okay, so
that's my concern, is that you have done so many different.
So it's not that I don't want to complete this. I want to get it done as much as you guys do, but I just don't understand why it's being made out that I'm not trying, or like it just seems like you guys want to just put this on me, when in reality, you guys know I've been trying the best that I can with the resources that I've been handed, with me having to deal with stuff that I didn't even know. And my other probation officer, or my attorney, maybe I'm getting my words wrong, I think he retired, you guys said, or something like that. So it's just like, it's not necessarily really on me. I can be accountable for my actions, but it's like the ones that I can't be accountable for are the actions of everybody else. So honestly,
we may need to set this for a contested hearing. The city, this is an agreement that you made with the city. You took on this obligation to comply with these conditions. This is an agreement you made. You signed a contract. The city is asking to revoke because you have not held up your end of the contract. And so we can set this for a revocation hearing and provide additional information.
What exactly is a revocation? So you guys say stuff to me and don't make that clear. So what exactly is a revocation hearing?
We can put you back in a breakout room with an attorney to discuss this further. It would be to revoke the agreement.
Okay,
and the court would review the documents if it's found that you violated the conditions of the agreement, and a guilty finding would be entered.
I have a question as well. Is there a way that I can have the video from September 2021, the police report that you guys said you guys were unable to find and everything? Is there any way that I can get all this on record like I've been asking for this whole time? Or would you like me to go to a breakout room for all that as well? Because I was never even presented any evidence or anything like that, except for my own admittance of what I did that night. Other than that, I really have been unclear about exactly what is even going on. So you're right. I'm open to doing a revocation hearing, Ms. Grant.
Well, the revocation hearing, you've waived your right to present a case. It's in the agreement. So I can have you go into a breakout room with your attorney if you want to discuss it further. But my thought would be that we set this for a revocation hearing.
Okay. So what happens at hearings.
I'll let the attorney speak to you about that. Is this something that Mr. McCluskey should assist her with right now, Mr. Parent? We can come back and
Yes, I
set it for,
believe he'll be able to.
and Ms. McDonald, we should think of what date for a hearing.
Anytime that's a good fit for the court's calendar is.
Let's let Ms. have the conversation in a breakout room with Mr. McCluskey so you can explain to her the SOC and the consequences at this point, what would occur at the hearing. And then we'll come back, Ms. Or if we want to just set it now for a hearing, and then you can take care of that in the interim.
Yeah,
That might be
now.
better.
All right.
Thank you. That'll be best.
All right. So let's see. We should probably set this
Probably on Wednesday.
in the afternoon or during the morning calendar.
I think the morning time, if we can find a lighter one, not an enhanced probation one.
August 16th is an interpreter calendar, but it is light set at this point. Or August 23rd.
August 23rd will probably be better for my schedule, so I can make this all work.
All right, Ms. Bennett, I will require that you appear in court in person, not by Zoom on that day. It'll be set for review revocation on August 23rd.
Okay.
That will be at 9 a.m. And we'll note the in-person appearance. Mr. Mitchell will continue to connect with Ms. Johnson at Navos and get updates.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll reach out after the end of the month and make sure that we get
This is
a progress report.
All right, so that will conclude your hearing, Ms. If you'd like to, is Mr. McCluskey able to speak with her today, or do you want to make an appointment, Mr. Pierce?
Miss, if you just want to join that breakout room again, I will meet you in there, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
And that's Amaya number 1 on the calendar, 1A0693-890.
And for the record, Sean Parent from Ms. Thank you, Ms., for your patience. Sorry it took so long.
Okay.
All right, it's been a long morning.
And
Okay.
All right.
this is an SOC that was entered into in September 7th of 2022. She has been non-compliant with treatment. She recently re-engaged with treatment. We are set to be at the end of the SOC in September of this year. We did just receive a non-compliant report with a positive UA from August 20th.
That's all correct, Your Honor. I believe at the last hearing, the court did revoke the SOC.
I don't think it was revoked yet. I think it was
It has
tabled.
not been revoked yet.
Yeah.
There's been discussion of non-compliance and that there would be insufficient time to complete the terms of the SOC. I also want to put on the record that at the last hearing, I did indicate that I wanted Ms. Bennett to come to court in person. I'm glad that she's present, but my expectation is that she would come to court today.
I had asked me, I ended up getting strep throat and had to have my tonsils taken out. I had
I'm sorry.
as soon as I could to find out if this was okay, and I was told it was okay to come by Zoom, but I was prepared to come if I had to. So I do.
Okay, I'm sorry that you're going through that. That's unpleasant.
Thank you.
The city has put on the record previously that the city's position is the SOC should be revoked. Is the city maintaining that position?
We are.
All right, we have an allegation of a dirty UA. Is that allegation admitted or denied?
Just one moment, Your Honor, if I may inquire of my client.
Okay.
Your Honor, Ms. Bennett denies that allegation.
All right, I understand that that is one factor in the city's request to revoke the SOC. Mr. Mitchell, do we have an updated report as to her progress?
Yes, Your Honor. I received a report on the 14th of this month that advises that the client is not in compliance with the treatment expectations. She missed more than 3 IOP groups in July. And then there was the dirty UA as well. The report says tested positive for ethanol and for marijuana. The recommendation at the bottom states that the client should continue with 2.1. However, the original plan for her to be in treatment for 3 months, they advise is null and void at this point. And that the client will need to attend a year of treatment starting at the same level of care.
All right, has council had an opportunity to review those documents?
Your Honor, I did not see the treatment report.
Okay.
If I could say something, some of the classes, and I do have this an email from my counselor that there was connection problems and stuff due to the class, which everyone in the class experienced. And like I said, I do have that email from her letting me know that. But again,
Is that from Ms. Johnson? Is that who
Yes.
you're referring to?
yes, it is, and I can send that right now if need be. Sometimes it wasn't my fault, except for me having my nephew and my son, which privacy regulations and laws for the class can't have anybody around, which I understand. But the other times was not in my, it wasn't my fault. I couldn't do anything about it.
All right. Should we set this matter for a formal revocation hearing?
I think that would be appropriate. We are nearing the end of the SOC and we aren't anywhere near the completion of treatment. So,
And the treatment recommendation has changed with the dirty UA and
Mhm.
missed appointments, so.
And defense agrees with that, Your Honor. We should set it for a formal hearing.
I've gotten a chat too to see if we can get Mr. Smith and Mr. Gogui into a breakout room. Did that happen?
Mr. Smith is, I think he went down to see Mr. Gugui. He left.
Hello, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Smith left. So my understanding was that he was going to meet with Mr. Gugui for Iguye via Zoom. So we are currently waiting on Mr. Smith at this time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought he was coming to be in person for that one.
Well, yes, he was here. All right, so let's set this matter for Miss. Let's set that for a hearing. All right, do you propose a afternoon calendar, Ms. McDonald, or do you want it in the morning?
Morning's fine.
Okay, and I have 9:20 or 9:27. What's your preference?
Either one for the city, Your Honor.
Ms., do you have a preference on the date, the 20th or the 27th?
The 27th will be fine because my son's birthday is the 24th.
Okay,
Okay, 9:27/23 at 9 a.m.
Do I need a person?
In person, please. And Miss, are you still on 95th?
Yes.
Okay, that will be mailed out to you as well.
okay, thank you.
All right, we'll see you on that court date. I hope you feel better.